Procrastination, self-doubt, and self-sabotage are often the silent barriers that hold people back from achieving their true potential. These behaviors create a cycle of stagnation, leaving individuals stuck in the same unproductive patterns year after year. Breaking free from these constraints requires a mindset shift and actionable steps that are not only practical but also sustainable. This process is crucial for anyone looking to improve their financial situation because wealth building demands discipline, belief in oneself, and consistent action. Let's explore how to overcome these obstacles in a way that empowers you to transform your mindset and achieve financial success. Fear of failure, judgment, or success lies at the heart of procrastination. The first step to overcoming procrastination is acknowledging its root cause. Most people mistakenly believe procrastination stems from laziness, but it is often an emotional response to perceived risks. For example, someone might delay starting a side hustle because they fear rejection or ridicule. To combat this, shift your focus from the possibility of failure to the opportunity for growth. View every step you take as an experiment. Even if the result isn't what you hoped for, you'll gain valuable experience and insights. Wealth is built on learning through action, not avoiding action altogether. At the core, the mindset that leads to procrastination is often one of scarcity and self-preservation. It's a belief system that prioritizes avoiding discomfort over pursuing growth. This mindset clings to the idea that failure or criticism defines one's worth, creating a paralyzing fear of imperfection. To change this mindset, start by reframing failure as a stepping stone rather than a destination. Remind yourself that mistakes are not only inevitable, but essential for growth. Cultivate a mindset of abundance, where opportunities are limitless and risks are viewed as learning experiences. Practice self-compassion by replacing harsh self-criticism with affirmations of progress, no matter how small. This shift creates a psychological safety net, empowering you to act without the fear of falling short. Once you adopt a growth-oriented mindset, it provides a stable foundation to consistently take action, embrace challenges, and steadily build the habits and confidence necessary for long-term success. Contrary to popular advice, tackling procrastination doesn't always mean first diving into the most challenging task. Sometimes the key is momentum. Start with a small, manageable action that aligns with your wealth goals. For instance, if you want to save more money, begin by setting up an automated savings transfer of just $10 per week. This simple act builds momentum and proves to yourself that you can take control. Momentum often leads to motivation, which fuels more significant actions over time. Imagine you've been procrastinating on launching an online store. The fear of failing in a competitive market might hold you back. To reframe your mindset, start by setting a micro goal, like researching 3 potential products you could sell. Approach this task as an experiment rather than a make-or-break decision. Tell yourself, even if I don't choose the perfect product, I'll learn about market trends. Similarly, if you're hesitant to ask for a promotion at work because you fear rejection, break the process into smaller steps. Practice your pitch with a friend, or write down your accomplishments to gain clarity and confidence. Consider the conversation an opportunity to improve your negotiation skills, regardless of the outcome. In both scenarios, the key is to focus on growth rather than perfection. By taking small, manageable actions and celebrating the lessons learned, you'll build momentum and dismantle the mental barriers fueling procrastination. Self-doubt often goes hand in hand with procrastination. When you doubt your abilities, it's easy to convince yourself that you're not ready, qualified, or deserving of success. This mental barrier keeps countless individuals from pursuing opportunities that could change their lives. The antidote to self-doubt is evidence. Build a portfolio of small wins that prove to yourself you can succeed. For example, if you're hesitant to start investing because you feel uninformed, commit to reading 1 financial article per day or watching a free online tutorial. Over time, these small efforts compound, increasing your knowledge and confidence. Breaking the mental barrier of self-doubt starts with recognizing that perfection is not required. Many believe they need to know everything before taking action, but this mindset only perpetuates inaction. Instead, start by reframing your journey as a series of incremental improvements rather than a single leap to mastery. For instance, if you're hesitant to apply for a leadership role because you lack experience, take a more minor step by volunteering to lead a small project or team. This lets you practice leadership skills in a low-pressure environment while gradually building confidence. Similarly, if self-doubt stops you from launching a business, test the waters with a small-scale version of your idea, perhaps selling one product or service to friends and family. Every time you take one of these small steps and see a positive result, it chips away at the belief that you're incapable. Over time, these small wins accumulate into a solid foundation of self-assurance, making taking on more significant challenges easier. Interestingly, self-doubt can also serve as a motivator if reframed correctly. Instead of viewing doubt as a sign of inadequacy, see it as a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you challenge yourself. Many successful entrepreneurs admit that they faced significant self-doubt before launching their ventures. What set them apart was their willingness to act despite their fears. To cultivate this mindset, practice asking yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often you'll realize that the consequences of inaction are far worse than the risks of taking a chance. Gap 1 second. Self-sabotaging behaviors, such as overthinking, perfectionism, or impulsive decision-making, can derail even the most ambitious plans. To overcome these tendencies, identify the patterns holding you back. For example, if you overanalyze every decision, set a deadline for making choices. Tell yourself, I'll research for 2 days, then decide. This approach balances informed decision-making with timely action, preventing analysis paralysis. One contrarian idea for addressing self-sabotage is embracing imperfection. Society often glorifies perfection, but the pursuit of it can be paralyzing. Wealth building is messy and filled with trial and error. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment to start a business or invest in stocks, begin where you are with what you have. You can constantly adjust and improve along the way. Remember, progress beats perfection every time. Another often overlooked form of self-sabotage is clinging to old habits that no longer serve you. Many people resist change because it feels uncomfortable, but wealth requires adaptability. For example, you should reduce discretionary spending to save for a long-term goal. While this shift may initially feel restrictive, it's a necessary step toward financial freedom. To make the transition easier, focus on the benefits of your new habits rather than what you're giving up. Visualize your accomplishment when you reach your savings goal or pay off a debt. Self-sabotage often manifests as intentionally doing a poor job on a task, consciously or unconsciously, to justify retreating to a comfort zone. This behavior is rooted in a fear of being judged, failing, or even succeeding, which can come with heightened expectations. For instance, someone might half-heartedly prepare for a presentation, telling themselves they aren't skilled at public speaking. When the presentation doesn't go well, they take it as confirmation of their incompetence and avoid similar opportunities in the future. This mindset often stems from a fixed belief about their abilities, a fear of stepping outside the perceived boundaries of what they can do. It's a defense mechanism that protects against disappointment, but at the cost of growth and progress. To overcome this mindset, individuals need to reframe tasks as opportunities for learning rather than proving their worth. One powerful approach is to adopt an attitude of curiosity and experimentation. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on doing your best while treating the experience as a chance to gain insights and improve. For example, if someone struggles with writing, they could aim to complete a piece to the best of their ability and then seek constructive feedback to identify areas for growth. Rewarding the effort rather than the outcome can help shift their internal narrative from, "I'm not good at this," to "I'm getting better each time." Over time, this builds resilience and a sense of self-efficacy, creating a foundation for tackling more considerable challenges without fear of failure. Mindset plays a crucial role in breaking free from these destructive behaviors. One transformative shift is adopting a growth mindset. Instead of viewing your abilities and circumstances as fixed, believe in your capacity to learn and evolve. For instance, if you've struggled to stick to a budget, remind yourself that every failure is an opportunity to refine your approach. Maybe the issue wasn't your willpower, but an unrealistic budgeting method. Experiment with different strategies until you find one that works for you. Another powerful mindset shift is redefining success. Many people sabotage their progress because they measure success solely by external outcomes, such as earning a certain salary or owning a specific car. While these milestones can be motivating, they're not the whole picture. True success lies in the habits and systems you build along the way. celebrate your contributions to your retirement account, or pay your monthly credit card balance. These actions are successes in their own right, even if the ultimate goal feels far off. A contrarian perspective worth considering is that procrastination, self-doubt, and self-sabotage are not inherently evil. They can serve as valuable feedback if you're willing to analyze them. For instance, if you're procrastinating on a particular task, ask yourself why. Is the task overwhelming, or do you subconsciously believe it's not aligned with your goals? Use this insight to reassess your priorities and focus on what truly matters. Breaking free from these mental barriers also requires a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage and challenge you to grow. This might mean joining a mastermind group, finding a mentor, or spending less time with individuals who reinforce negative habits. Additionally, curate your digital environment to inspire success. Follow social media accounts or podcasts that share actionable wealth-building tips rather than content that distracts or demoralizes you. Lastly, commit to regular self-reflection. Set aside time each week to evaluate your progress, celebrate your wins, and identify areas for improvement. Use this opportunity to reconnect with your goals and reaffirm your belief in your ability to achieve them. Self-awareness is a powerful tool for breaking free from limiting behaviors. It allows you to course correct before minor setbacks snowball into more significant issues. Breaking free from procrastination, self-doubt, and self-sabotage is not an overnight process. Still, it's entirely possible with the right mindset and strategies. By taking small, consistent steps, reframing challenges as opportunities, and positively surrounding yourself, you can unlock your full potential and create lasting wealth. The journey requires effort and resilience, but the financial and personal rewards are worth it.